السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين، أما بعد. Okay. الحمد لله وصلنا إلى يوم الأخير الدرس حتى انتهى شهر رمضان، وسنبدأ بعد أسبوعين بإذن الله تعالى إن شاء الله. So Alhamdulillah, we reached the last dars for the month of Ramadan, and we will resume class after 2 weeks, as I said. So today we're just going to touch 3 more numbers, because I don't want to get too far into it, or actually 4 more numbers. I don't want to get too far into it. I just wanted to understand the concept. I'll run through the first 10 numbers that we did yesterday one more time, inshallah, and then we'll touch a little bit of Sarf, because I know some of the brothers probably have some concerns about like why sometimes it's taf'alu, why sometimes for female is also taf'alu, why is it yaf'alu. Inshallah, we will do that. So we will start with mudari'a. Normally, the normal thing to do is start with madi, which is past tense of verbs. But we will start with the mudari'a because this is what we're using in the textbook at the moment, right? And there's no problem, inshallah. When we get further on, we will go through it again, but you'll be familiar with it already. So firstly, as we did yesterday we touched on numbers, right? So we have, for example, this word here, mu'allim, which is a male teacher. You have mu'allimun wahidun. Everybody see on my screen, right? Let's making sure before I go forward. Everybody can see? No. Okay.
La.
Alhamdulillah. Alright, let's making sure. Very good. Alright. So we have here mu'allimun wahidun, right? And we have mu'allimani ithnani, right? And then the number switches from after the noun. الرقم تقدم في نهاية الجملة. Before it was معلم واحد, معلمان اثنان, and now the number comes تقدم الاسم. It comes in front of the noun. الرقم يقدم الاسم. It precedes the noun. Do we have here? And then the number الرقم تغير إلى مؤنث, من مذكر إلى مؤنث. It changes from الرقم يغير من مذكر إلى مؤنث. It changes from male to female. So before it was واحد, not واحدة. Second it was اثنان, not اثنتان. And then it goes and it changes from, as we have here, some visual aids. واحد اثنان. It changes and this ta marbuta appears, which is a sign of unutha, which is a sign of femininity, right? So we have here معلم واحد, معلمان اثنان, ثلاثة معلمين, أربعة معلمين, خمسة معلمين, ستة معلمين, سبعة معلمين, ثمانية معلمين, تسعة معلمين, عشرة معلمين. And lastly, yesterday, our brother Tawfiq, Sheikh Tawfiq, Assalamu alayhi, gave us the other two, which is a small change in the numbers. So as we did before we said معلم واحد, معلمان اثنان, ثلاثة, it became female, then الرقم يغير إلى مذكر. The number changes يرجع إلى مذكر. Right? It changes back into male just for these two numbers, which is 11 and 12, or in Arabic 11 12. So we have here, and one of the other things, al-ism becomes يصبح مفرد. It becomes singular, and that remains singular from 11 in 11 إلى 100, from 11 to 100. I'm trying to speak very slow so everybody could understand what I'm saying. Right? من 11 إلى 100 الاسم سيكون مفردا. The noun will be singular. Okay, so we have here معلمان 11 معلمان 12 معلمان, right? And it stays like that, right? So you only use numbers, you only use plural جمع, you only use plural جمع from 3 to 10. After that, it remains in a singular form. But notice a difference here. We had before معلم واحد, معلم واحد, right? معلمان اثنان, معلم, which has a dhamma. And now we have here معلمان, right? That is one of the ways to indicate that this is something from 11 go forward. Inshallah, the more that you put your eyes on it, the more that we familiarize ourselves with it, the more familiar we'll become, and the more used to it. ستعودون بهذه المعلومات بإذن الله تعالى. You will get used to this information بإذن الله تعالى. Okay, so we have here 11 معلما, 12 معلما, and then it becomes female again. It becomes female again, right? Now we have 13 معلما, 14 معلما. Okay, so our brother Sarf, you're there? Are you available?
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're available? Are you busy at the moment?
I'll go try, inshallah.
No problem, inshallah. I wasn't here yesterday, so I will have you
Yeah.
do this. It's not okay. I want you to benefit, inshallah. And plus, the people will benefit from it, because the more we say it, the more we do it, the more concrete will become in our minds. So inshallah, what we're gonna do, what we did yesterday, we used the word muhandis. So we have here the example muallim, which is male, a male teacher. Muhandis, a male engineer. So what I would like for you to do, inshallah, is to just go from واحد إلى 14. Right.
Okay. So you can repeat that one more time?
No problem. So you have the word muhandis. Okay? You have the word muhandis. And we're going to take the word muhandis and count. So you're going to say 1 engineer, 2 engineers, 3 engineers, 4 engineers, all the way to 14 engineers. So you have the example here at the side, and you're going to basically do the exact same thing with that, with the word muhandis. So for example, the first one will be muhandisun wahidun. The second will be muhandisani ithnani, and so forth.
Okay, so muhandisun wahidun, muhandisani ithnani. Okay, ثلاثة مهندسين أربعة مهندسين خمسة مهندسين ستة مهندسين سبعة مهندسين مهندسين yeah. ثمانية مهندسين تسعة مهندسين عشرة مهندسين 11 مهندسين مهندسان
there's where it switches.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So
right. Yeah.
Plural.
Yeah, so once it don't have the dhamma and it have the fatha, it changed to Muhandisan.
Well, rather, once we go to 11, once you go to like 11, from there, we're going to start using the word Muhandisan. Right?
Okay.
And then when you reach 100, I would explain it afterwards, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah. 11 مهندسان 12 مهندسان 12 مهندسان 13 مهندسان 14 مهندسان.
أحسنت. And that's it there.
Yeah.
Alright, Jazakallah khairan. Alright. So this is exactly what we're gonna do for the other brothers as well. So, but we're not gonna go from 1 all the way down. That is our first life, and just for us to get familiar with it again, because alhamdulillah, we did it yesterday, but just for us to get familiar with it again, we did it again today. And the sisters, they could do it. My wife, inshallah, I'm gonna go outside, and we'll just do all the way to 14, right? Inshallah. All right. طيب. Abdullah Dareem. Assalamu alaikum. Dareem Abdullah.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Alright, so we're gonna do from 11 to 14, inshallah.
Inshallah. أحد عشر يسمى مهندسين right?
مهندسان.
No, يسمى مهندس right?
Yeah, مهندس yeah.
Nice. أحد عشر مهندسان اثنا عشر
مهندسان.
ثلاثا عشر.
Now it goes to female. ثلاثة عشر.
مهندسان. مهندسان. And أربعة. أربعة عشر مهندسان.
أحسنت. بارك الله فيك. Brother Derek. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Alright, so from here, same thing. From 11 إلى 14.
Okay, inshallah. 11 مهندسان 12 مهندسان 13
this time.
13 مهندسان 14 مهندسان
4
14 مهندسان.
أحسنت. بارك الله فيك. Brother Tawfiq. Assalamu alaikum. هل أنت موجود؟ Brother Tawfiq, if you're speaking, your mic muted.
يا السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. 11 إلى 14.
مهندسا.
نعم.
11 مهندسا، 12 مهندسا، 13 مهندسا، 14 مهندسا.
طيب أحسنت. Alright. Brother Abdullah Ali. Assalamu alaikum. موجود. If you speak in your mic off. Oh, mic muted. Okay. Brother Sulaiman. Assalamu alaikum.
السلام عليكم شيخ.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته يا شيخ. حياكم الله.
صباح الخير.
صباح النور والسرور. 11 إلى 14.
11 مهندسان، 12 مهندسان، 13 مهندسان، 14 مهندسان.
أحسنت. Alright. Brother Musa. Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
نفس
From
الشيء.
11
نعم.
to 14.
من 11 إلى 14.
11 مهندسة، 12 مهندسة،
No, it was say muhandisan.
3. Sorry?
It was say muhandisan. Even though normally we there's the reason why it is said is because there's a distinction there to make sure that that this word is actually what's it called again from 11 coming down. So it distinguishes the word muhandisa we call again muallim, like the first one we have the muallim just by itself, and then we have here muhandisun, now muhandisan with the fathatan to distinguish that this one is a word called tamyiz, but not trying to use the words yet, the grammatical things yet. But yeah, muhandisan because it's something called tamyiz. Yeah. No problem.
11 مهندسا، 12 مهندسا، 13 مهندسا، 14 مهندسا.
أحسنت. طيب. Who's that just now that came in? Sabr, Abdul Jalil. Alright. Sabr is Abdul Noor. Right. Assalamu alaikum, Abdul Noor.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
Alright. من 11 إلى 14.
11 مهندسا، 12 مهندسا، 13 مهندسا.
So this one, from when it becomes from 13, it becomes female.
13 مهندسا، 14 مهندسا.
أحسنت. عبد الجليل. السلام عليكم. Probably if you're speaking.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته يا أستاذ.
يا شيخ. طيب من 11 إلى 14.
If you could just tell me what how to say with that, I just joined the class now.
Oh, you didn't okay. So right now we're doing numbers. From the numbers we have, for example, the first one here, معلم واحد, معلمان اثنان, as you can see here for these first two. And from ثلاثة إلى عشرة, from 3 to 10, we use the word معلمين, we use plural here. Alright?
No.
But the thing is, from 11, it changes to the word mualliman. Here, as you can see here, mualliman. It changes back into singular.
معلما.
Yeah, it becomes back to no, we're just talking about this example here, from this example here. So you have معلم واحد, right? Then we have معلمان اثنان, right? This is to say one معلم,
No.
to say two معلمs, right? To say three معلمs or
مثنى.
مثنى. Yeah, مثنى. Yeah, مثنى. This is مثنى, yeah. But from 3 to 10, we use the plural of the noun, the plural form of the noun, the jam' of the noun, which is muallimin. Okay. Then here from 11 ila 14,
No.
or go straight down. We start to use the back in mufrad in singular, but we're gonna say it with a fathatan. Mualliman. 11.
فهمت.
Alright, so now from that example, we're going to apply that example to the word muhandis. So try this one. With muhandis. So say muhandis. You say from 10 coming to 14.
So starting at 10.
Yeah, start at 10 for me, inshallah.
تمام إن شاء الله. بسم الله. 10 محلمين.
مهندسين.
مهندسين. 10 مهندسا. 12 مهندسا. 13 مهندسا. 13 مهندسا. 14 مهندسا.
أحسنت. بارك الله فيك. Alright, so that's a quick note. Make sure to remember that it switches back from mudhakkar, it switches back from male ila mu'annath, ila female. Alright, it switches. Alright, I saw Dawood, brother Dawood, Dane Dawood. Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام.
حياك الله. Alright.
هذا 10 مهندسا. اثنا 10 مهندسا. 13 مهندسا. 14 مهندس. 10 مهندسات.
Siragan?
4
10
مهندسة.
أحسنت. I noticed it said the word ثلاجة here. It's ثلاثة for this one here.
13 مهندسة.
أحسنت. بارك الله فيك. Alright, so that's enough, more or less. That's essentially numbers from, and this continues, right? That continues, but we will learn more numbers as we go forward, like in the future. But for now, we'll stop there. I will focus on Sarf. All right. See, sisters, they got to do. You did it from 1. All right, nice. So they got to do it. All right, alhamdulillah. So now that we know and we're familiar with numbers to some degree, some extent, what we will do, we're gonna switch to Sarf. All right, switch back to verbs, inshallah. So now, alhamdulillah, as we said, we have verbs that we learned recently. For example, yusalli. For example, yatawadda'u. For example, yadhhabu, right? Yaqra'u. These verbs are in a form called mudari'. Mudari' means present tense. So what we're gonna do, we wouldn't do all right now. You do a few. And to make things easier, I'll write on certain things here. So here, the word, we're going to start with the word يفعل. So you're going to say هو يفعل. Right? هو يفعل. هما يفعلان and هم يفعلون. Okay? هو, as we know, means he. Right? هو means he. هو يفعل. He does. He does. We have the other one here. هما يفعلان. هما يفعلان. هما means they, but only referring to two people. So if I were to say, for example, I was saying yesterday, عن عائشة بنت أبي بكر عن عائشة بنت أبي بكر رضي الله عنهما, because may the pleasure of Allah be upon both of them. Right? So in Arabic, they have a word or pronoun, rather, a ضمير, which means pronoun, just to signify two people. Right? We don't have that in English. We have he, they, or he and him and them. We don't have a pronoun to signify two people. But in Arabic they do. That pronoun is huma. And the verb for that, it changes. As you can see, it was yaf'alu. It becomes yaf'alani. Sounds similar to the number that we just did. Mu'allimani ithnani. Right? Yaf'alani. This is called muthanna. This is called muthanna. But we won't go too deep into muthanna right now. I'm just going to cover. I'll stress on the ones that we have to memorize and learn soon enough, inshallah. The third one we have is whom. Whom, which means they. All right? Whom is they or them. All right? It could be him as well, but in this case it's whom. We have yaf'alu, as we saw the first one, yaf'alu. The second one, yaf'alani. And the third one, yaf'aluna. Yaf'aluna. This yaf'aluna, if you'll notice, the waw and nun, it signifies plural. This waw and nun, this waw here, this waw was waw jama'a. Waw jama'a. The waw itself in particular signifies the plural. The alif here signifies muthanna. Right? So the alif here, the alif signifies dual. That this is two things. The alif signifies that this is two things. Right? So this is two people doing something. So the first thing I said, huwa yaf'alu. He does. The second thing I said, huma yaf'alani. They, two people, are doing. The last one, hum yaf'alun. Hum yaf'aluna. They are doing. So for example, if I were to say, for example, actually, I'll use an example. The example I would use would be yadhabun. Right? So the word that we have here, I would use the word yadhab. Yadhab. So yadhab. Right? Yadhab. As we learned, yadhab means go. He goes. Right? He goes. So if I say huwa yadhabu, huwa yadhabu, and then I go and I say, so huwa yadhabu ila al-masjid. Alright, I'm going to make a sentence. Huwa yadhabu ila al-masjid. Huwa yadhabu ila al-masjid. He goes to the masjid. The second one, so this is he, right? Huma yadhhabani ila masjid. هما يذهبان إلى المسجد. هما يذهبان إلى المسجد. هما يذهبان إلى المسجد. The word يذهبان is in the same form of يفعلان. يفعلان يذهبان. Right? The next one that we have here is هم يذهبون. إلى المسجد. Right? هم يذهبون إلى المسجد. They go to the masjid. So the first one I said was هو يذهب إلى المسجد. He goes to the masjid. The second one I have is they, well, two people, referring to two people here. Two people go to the masjid, right? And the last one I have whom, they, three or more go to the masjid, right? Huwa yadhhabu, just like the word that we have on top here, yaf'alu, is in that form. Yadhhabu is in the form of yaf'alu. Yadhhabani is in the form of yaf'alani. Yeah, let me see. Go ahead.
Did the verb also affect the pronoun?
The verb also affect the pronoun? No, the verb don't affect the pronoun. The pronoun is there. The pronoun doesn't even have to be there. The pronoun doesn't have to be there. It's there right now for learning purposes. And sometimes you will see it in the Quran. If you see it in the Quran, is typically to signify something very important. Alright, so if I say yadhhabu ila al-masjid, wa huwa yadhhabu ila al-masjid, either way is fine. Right? If I take off yadhhabu, is something called mustatir. It's hidden. The huwa is hidden. Right? But as a grammatical thing that we will get to inshallah in book 2. But for now, we're gonna learn it as huwa and huma and hum. So we get used to these pronouns, right? And we know what these pronouns are associated with. So if I say huwa yadhhabu ila al-masjid, huma yadhhabani ila al-masjid, hum yadhhabuna ila al-masjid, all of these things are different forms of the word dhahaba. Right? What we would do afterwards, we're going to try using the female version of it now. Alright? We're going to use the female version of it. Here.
So, one question, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
I suppose row on top here is all me, right?
All me.
Meaning he, two men, and then from 3 men upward, right?
It could be 3 men upward, or it could be a bunch of men and women mixed together.
Collectively.
Yeah. It could be a bunch of men and women collectively together. Alright? Like when someone, like in the Quran, when they mention like Muslimun, yeah, ayyuhal Muslimun is speaking to not only the men but also the women. Because when men and women are together in that sense, they use the word un. Right? But if we're speaking about specifically women, we would do what we're gonna do just now. You would use you would have certain pronouns to identify that this is particularly a group of women.
Right? But the yaf'alani is 2 men only.
Yaf'alani is 2. It could be 2 men, and we're gonna come to that now, right? Yaf'alani.
Or a man and a woman or something. When it comes to it,
I mean, so now for the second one, we have here. As we learned, here means she, right? So we have she does. Here, taf'alu. هي تفعل. Okay, so هي تفعل is she does. Then we have هما. Again, هما تفعلان. هما تفعلان. هما تفعلان. And what I'll write it in a different color to identify this one as female. I'll use something like pink here. Yeah, I'll use pink. Right. Here. Alright, and huma. Alright. Huma taf'alani. Huma taf'alani. This means two girls are doing. Notice the change. One change is the T, is the ta. One change is the ta. The next change is the alif. This alif here so shows that this word is now muthanna. This word is now dual. Alright? And then we have lastly hunna yaf'alna. Hunna yaf'alna. This hunna has a shadda. Hunna yaf'alna. So here taf'alu, huma taf'alani, hunna yaf'alna. Alright? And we use the same a different conversation here. We use a different conversation here. Here تذهب just a second. I'll try to this thing over. Alright, here تذهب okay إلى was one of the places إلى المطبخ. Right? المطبخ. Okay, this is a fancy handwriting for it. I'm gonna make it a little easier. Like this here. Alright, إلى المطبخ. She goes to the kitchen. هي تذهب إلى المطبخ. Right? We have هما تذهبان إلى المطبخ. This is also a khaf, right? It's also a kha. It's just a different writing, different script. Just doing it like that so you could get used to it as well. But I wrote it like this initially so you can understand it. What is this? And hunna تذهبن. تذهبن. Okay. إلى المطبخ. Or should I just write the normal before المط. Okay. So notice these two differences here. The differences is one, the ya. The ya is for male. The ta is for female. هو يذهب إلى المسجد. هي تذهب إلى المطبخ. Alright? مطبخ meaning kitchen, as we know. Alright? هما يذهبان إلى المسجد. Alright? They both go to the masjid. هما تذهبان إلى المطبخ. They are both going to the kitchen. They're both going to the kitchen. And last one, هم يذهبون إلى المسجد. They are going to the masjid. هن تذهبن إلى المطبخ. هن. Right? There's a shutdown on this here. I'll write it. تذهبن إلى المسجد إلى المطبخ. Okay? And this is the difference between the male and the female. Notice is a sigha, as you can see, is a formula. Any word I put into here that is a 3-letter verb will go through this exact same form with slight differences. For example, we have the word, or we have some examples at the bottom here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, I have some examples at the bottom here. Alright. This is 4-letter words. Okay, now that's fine. We won't do too much about it. We don't do too much on it. Alright, but essentially, this is the change. What I would do right now, I want to go back to one of the exercises in Arabiya Bayna Yadayk, where on page let me see here. Right, this page right here, page you seen it? Alright, on this page 39, notice this is one of the, in the Mukhallaf al-Tarakib, we had this small example here of the usage of the difference between the male and the female. We have here huwa yatawadda'u, huwa yusalli, huwa yaqra'u. And then we have for female, hiya tatawadda'u, hiya tusalli, hiya taqra'u.
That's the thing.
You see it? Okay. So now this here is essentially the usage of the verbs. Any questions in particular? If you're confusing, you should ask, because if you ask, then I could help. Alright? Because verbs is essentially is a confusing thing. But with the practice of the formula, this formula here that we have, with the practice of the formula here, you'll be able to use the same thing for all verbs. Alright? For all verbs that are 3-letter verbs.
Yeah, one question.
Okay, listening.
In the female one, in the last one, they used that habna, and in the male was with the wow.
What's the second? Yes, habna. Where it is?
The last female example.
Okay. The wow.
Yeah, and in the male version, they use يفعلون يفعلون.
يفعلنا, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the wow here, this wow is to signify femininity, right? So يفعلون is to signify, this wow here is to signify jam', to signify plural, and is for males, or males and females that are mixed together. For females, we don't have this wow. Rather, we have a noon alone. This noon alone is called noon niswa. Noon niswa, which is the noon of the woman. This noon here shows that this word is relating to a bunch of women here, right? As you could see, if I were to use, for example, kataba, right? If I were to use the word kataba, I would say, let's like we have the word here yaf'alu, it will be yaktubu, right? Yaf'alu, yaktubu. For yaf'alani, it will be yaktabani, right? Yaktabani, right? Yaktubani, be yaktubani. For yaf'aluna, it will be yaktubuna, right?
Yeah.
And for female, you'd have here taktubu, taktubani, taktubna. Alright? That's essentially it. That's how the forms are to identify there's a male and there's a female. The ones that we will focus on the most are these here. These two here. Right? These two here.
What tense is the second?
What is that?
A tense of speech is the second?
Tense of speech, there's mudari'. There's plural. It is present tense. Mudari'.
Like he does.
Yeah, he does. She does. They do. Like that.
As well as is doing.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's not directly translated into he, like for example, he is reading. If I say he is reading, there's the actual verb of reading. All right, and then we spoke about the verbal nouns, which is the masdar, which is reading. This is a reading competition, for example, right? So you could say he is doing, he does, both of them fine if you translate it that way. It's according to how the sentence is. Alright? Like if you want to translate it into English. Alright? So what I would do, so what I would do right now is I will call some people.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Could I ask a quick question?
No problem.
For the feminine, yafal, the last one, why is that a ya?
This is a ya, as like that's just how it is, you know? That's just how it is. Even just a second ago, because I was just writing it down, I didn't write in a tie initially, but
right.
It's actually supposed to be a ya, and that's just how it is. Strange enough, you know, it's a weird thing, but that's how it is. So it will be the identifying factor is the noon at the end, right? And that right before it is the sukun. So it'll be like yaktubna, yaf'alna, yadhabna, right? And that's how to say that's female. So you'll focus on these two lines. You'll focus on these two lines. I know.
And also, and also the unna, right? Would identify. Obviously.
Yeah, the unna,
right?
the sukun. That sukun would help you identify that this is a group of females that we're speaking about. Anything with like unna, right? Not unna, but anything with the sukun before and the noon having a fatha. That's a better way to describe it, right? So yaf'alna, yadhabna, yaktubna. There's a sukun before, and that the noon has at the end a fatha. All right. So you do some examples, because the best way to learn anything is through examples. Okay. So we have the word. All right. Get pull up. All right. So use this app. All right. So we're gonna I'll have your brothers do it first, so people understand what we're doing. Our brother Tawfiq, assalamu alaikum. All right. So we're gonna take the word yaktubu and put it through these two columns here.
Okay. So it'll be yaktubani.
So you say huwa. So for the sake of the students, you say huwa and the pronoun.
Okay. So هو يكتب هما يكتبان هم يكتبون هي تكتب هما يكتبان هن تكتبن.
Yeah, that's a strange thing. It's a tricky thing. I remember my teacher, he was saying that he made like a really interesting comment about it. He was like, the females given the female pronoun give it trouble, basically, Is a
just remember your wife close by.
I remember I told her when I first heard it, because she and all asking, why is it like that? And I said, the teacher said they just give trouble, subhanAllah. It's a strange thing. But yeah, this is it, so I have another brother do it, brother Dareem Abdullah.
Where we reading from?
So we're doing these two columns here. Alright. We're doing
that same word?
Doing that. No, we're gonna use the word kataba. Actually, no. I will use the word qara'a. So yaqra'u.
Alright. هو يقرأ.
أحسنت.
The هما is huma. So the second one.
Yeah.
Huma يقربان.
No, huma yaqrani.
And
yaqra'una.
So you just add in the last two letters in.
Yeah, it basically.
The last two.
Yeah, so the same it would have is like a formula. You see that it's something similar to this one right there. That is in yaf'alu, yaf'alani, yaf'aluna. You have yaqra'u, yaqra'ani, yaqra'una, like that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So try it again. So next one.
So here. Yeah. Taqra'una.
Taqra'u.
Huma. Taqra'ani. And hunna taqraba. Sorry. Hunna. Sorry.
Hunna yaqra'na.
Hunna yaqra'na.
Yaqra'na. Yeah. Hunna yaqra'na.
Okay. Tamam.
Alright. Just like yaf'alna, yaqra'na. Alright. There's the sukun there on the fa and the fa there. Just like how on the qaf is that. So now on your own it will have the sukun on the qaf because there's ya and then qaf.
Yeah.
And then it have a fatha on the alif, on the ayn. Have a fatha on the ayn. Right? Just like we have a fatha on the ra. So it'll be yaqra. And then afterwards on the hamza for yaqra'na, there's a sukun. So you'll have a sukun. And then in with a fatha at the end. Right? It's like that.
So basically, but basically it does add.
No problem.
You add in the first and then the vowels, and then the noon or the alif.
Yeah.
To the word that you give.
Alright. Yeah, like that. Okay, so let me see if I could
I might really need to see it to understand.
Just the yakok now. I don't feel the need to write to the entire thing, but just it kind of someone way you're saying yakok now. So I want to see how the word would be written.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Right. No. So be yeah.
It have a sukun on top of the hamza.
Yeah. So yaqra'na.
Okay.
It really sound like you were saying a cough after the run, so let's ask it to
يقرأنا. Nah.
that also sound like yes.
Okay. يقرأنا. Like that. So
Yakrona.
not يقرأنا. Remember the so yeah, that's important. That's good. That's actually a good question. So Hamza have two types, right? You know, Hamza al-Wasl and Hamza al-Qata'. Hamza al-Wasl, which is this one, you see it's in the Quran sometimes, like this. Like that. And then you see it sometimes like this. Right? This one, the Hamza with the Hamza al-Qata', this Hamza al-Qata', the word Qata' means to cut something. It means cut. Right? So notice how it sounds. It doesn't sound like it's joined. When I say yaqrana or yaqrana, it doesn't sound like it's joined. Rather, it sounds like it's cut. Yaqra'na. Yaqra'na. Right? So that cut is exactly the function of that hamza al-qata'. So that's what it's supposed to sound like. It's supposed to sound like a cut. That's probably why it sounds like a cough. Right? You do a few more. يتوضأ. You do يتوضأ. Brother Abdullah, you there? Welcome. Brother Abdullah?
Who?
No, Abdullah Ali. You know? Brother Musa, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alright, so now you're going to use the word يتوضأ.
Huwa would be what?
هو يتوضأ.
Yatawaddau.
يتوضأ.
Yatawaddau. Hold on a second.
No problem.
Huwa yatawaddau. Huma yatawaddani.
What يتوضاني.
Yatawaddani. Huma yatawadduna.
يتوضؤون.
Yatawaddauna. Gama ko ba huma again, please, sorry?
هما هم, sorry. So wait, هما يتوضاني.
Yatawaddani.
هما يتوضاني.
Huma yatawadduna. Yatawaddauna.
Say that again?
I feel like huma yatawaddauna.
Huma. Which one you doing? You doing huma or you doing hum?
Huma.
Alright, so huma yatawaddani.
Yatawaddani.
Alright. You know what I'll do? I'll give you an easier one.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll give you an easier one. Let's use the word. No problem. Alright, we have the word kasr. We have the word kasri. That's a second. No, that's a second. There's a word here that I know that they have. There are some examples. Use the word kasara. Alright, so kasara, which means to break something. Right? So use the word. You're gonna say yaksiru.
Huwa yaksiru. Huma yaksirani.
Exactly. Ahsant.
Huma
Hum.
yaksaruna.
Hum. There's hum.
Hum yaksaruna. Iya taksiru. Huma taksirani. Hunna taks.
Sirna.
Sorry?
Yaksirna.
Yaksirna.
Yeah. Ahsant. You see, so yeah, it's a little challenging, but you see the brothers, they're saying it. So the sisters, I'll give them a little time to say it. We'll give like 5 minutes, inshallah, and I'll do a few more with the brothers as well. Use the same ones I use, Katabanya Kuro. Okay. All right. So let me see, brother Abdullah Ali, you there? Actually, brother Saif.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. I could try it.
Okay, no problem, inshallah. All right. Use the word. Let me see. Use the word yaktubu.
Yaktubu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bismillah. Huwa yaktubu. Huwa yaktubani.
Huma
yaktubani.
Hum
yaktubani.
yaktubuna.
Yaktubuna.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm sorry. Could I start over?
Yeah, no problem. Huwa.
Okay. Huwa yaktubun.
Huwa
yaktubu.
Right.
Humma yaktubani.
Mm-hmm.
Hum yaktubuna.
Just hum.
Hum yaktubuna.
Ahsan.
Hum yaktubuna.
Ahsan.
And then here yaktubu.
Here taktubu.
I'm sorry, here taktubu. I'm looking right at it. Humma taktubani.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Humma taktubani.
Mm-hmm.
Hunna yaktubna.
Ahsant. That's exactly it. Ahsant. Barakallahu feek. Brother Saif, you there?
Yeah, inshallah.
All right.
Yeah, sorry.
You wanna try the yatawadda'u? Nobody wanna do that one.
Yatawadda'u, okay. Hopefully I give it justice.
Exactly. All right.
Huwa yatawadda'u.
All right.
Huma yatawadda'ani.
Yatawaddani.
Yatawaddani. Yatawadda'una.
Ahsant.
Right. Here yatawadda'u.
Here.
I say tatawadda'u.
Ahsant.
Okay. Huma tatawadda'ani.
Tatawaddani.
Tatawaddani. Okay. Huma tatawaddani. Hunna yatawadda'una.
Hunna yatawadda'na.
Hunna yatawadda'na. That's with a hamza.
That's with a hamza to qata, yes.
Yeah, okay.
The word wudu, the word wudu has a hamza, and the word yatawadda'u also has a hamza. Ahsant.
You can just repeat the last one again. Yatawadda'na. That was it?
Yeah, yatawadda'na.
Okay.
I'll write it for people to see, inshallah.
Alright.
Yatawadda'na. Yatawadda'na. Like that. Hunna yatawadda'na. Yatawadda'na. Alright. But Ahsan, that's essentially it. That's it. But I'll have some other brothers do it as well. Let me see. Abdullah Ali. If you're there, you're probably speaking, but your mic off. Oh, brother Abyssinia. Assalamu alaikum. Who is? You there still? Okay. Let's see. Okay, next brother to do this, inshallah. Before I stop, I just want one more. Abdul Jalil. Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله أستاذ.
Alright. Do يقرأ.
يقرأ هو يقرأ هما يقرأان
يقراني.
هما يقرأان هم يقرؤون.
Yeah, it's yeah. Or يقرؤون. Both of them correct. يقرؤون is good.
نعم. هي تقرأ.
أحسنت.
هما تقرأان.
أيوة أحسنت.
هم هم يقرأون.
No, هن
يقرؤون.
يقرأن.
يقرأن.
Yeah, يقرأن. أحسنت. Alright, and that's essentially it. Inshallah. We will practice it a little bit more next time. But I just wanted to end on this. I didn't want to go too far into the reason I did this in particular and not more of the textbook today and yesterday is because I don't want to move further on into the textbook and stop for the hiatus, So inshallah I wanted us to try to do something a little bit new, inshallah. So next time when we start back, we could review this and we will be familiar with it to some degree. Bi-idhnillah ta'ala. Right? If anybody in particular want to try it out right now before I end class, we could do it a little bit. If anybody wanna give it a go.
Yeah, I want to try one.
Alright. So if so I would like who's this?
الصبر.
Sabr Abdul Noor. Abdul Noor. Alright. Abdul Noor. Let's do the word. وضع. Yeah, وضع. Let's do وضع. يضع. وضع which means to put. يضع.
يضع.
Yeah.
هو يضع. هما يضعان.
أحسنت.
هم يضعون.
Right. يضعون.
هي تضع.
أحسنت.
هما تضعان.
أحسنت.
همنا يضعن.
أحسنت ما شاء الله. يضعنا. الله أكبر. أحسنت ما شاء الله. Go on, you have plenty inshallah. You have plenty. Alright. Anybody else want to try? Before we stop?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother Derek. Alright.
I want to you. Oh no, all right. Let you give me a.
Alright. يخرج.
يخرج.
Alright. يخرج.
Okay. هو يخرج.
Alright. هو يخرج. Nice. ويخرج.
هما يخرج.
Yeah. Try.
أني. يخرج أني.
هما يخرجان.
هما يخرجان. هنا
يخرج هنا
هم
يخرجون here تخرجون هما تخرجاني right.
and هم تخرجون.
أحسنت. no wait هن تخرجن. هن يخرجن. هن يخرجن. هن يخرجن. Alright, طيب. Anybody else want to try some?
Take a try, Ustad.
Alright, who's this here?
Bilal, Abu Bilal.
Bilal. طيب أبو بلال يا هارون إن شاء الله. خطبة. I want to try خطبة. يخطب. Yeah, I'll try خطبة إن شاء الله. خطبة. try خطبة يخطب.
خطبة يخطب. هو يخطب. هما يخطبان. هم يخطبون. هي تخطب. هما تخطبان. هن تخبدن. يخبدن. نعم.
الحمد لله. I found out too easy, man. Baby, هن يخطبن.
نعم.
هن يخطبن. Let me see. What's the next one, boy? تو يتوضأ. Because I want people who need to benefit from that. Because that's an important one. Actually, صلي. Yeah, do صلى.
هو يصلي. هما يصلان. هم يصلون. هي تصلي. هما تصلان. هن تصلن. يصلنا. نعم.
Alright, أحسنت. Alright, so that's it. Alhamdulillah. So that's the end of the class today, inshallah. And this is, you see, not as hard as it looking, as you could see. It just takes some practice. The more practice how you put into it, inshallah, the better it gets. Just remember that huwa and here means he, she. Huma could be used for both two people. He, they, two people for male and female. And hum is they all males, or it could be a mixture of males and girls. And hunna is they all females, right? So, you know, it's not hard. Nothing in Arabic is hard. You know, it takes practice, you know. It just takes some practice, and you wouldn't believe what we just did just now. You'll be seeing it in the Quran. You see it in the Quran, because the Quran actually don't have that many words in it. It don't have that many. A lot of the words are used over and over in different surah, which is the plural of surah. Surah, which is the plural of surah, and you just use. And if you would see a word. When you see one word, you can learn multiple words from just one word. Because just like we just did, يفعل, we now know 6 words from that. How to say he does, they do, they all do, she does, they do, they all do female, right? And that's how it is in Arabic, right? So we'll end there for today, and may Allah Azza wa Jal accept all of your good deeds. تقبل الله منا ومنكم صالح الأعمال, and just increase, may Allah Azza wa Jal increase all of you in acts of goodness, and in this last 10 nights that are going to be starting next week بإذن الله تعالى, and أراكم على خير inshallah. Hope I see you well after the next 2 weeks بإذن الله تعالى. Also I will be going to Mecca inshallah, so if anybody have any ad'iyah, any dua that you want, that you want me to say for you guys when I'm there in front of the Kaaba. No problem. Just for the sisters, just type a list, because normally I just have a list of like my parents and stuff like that. Inshallah, just make a little list and I'll go with it and make dua for it, inshallah. But obviously dua accepted everywhere. So if you want it.
No, mention Ishaq.
Ishaq.
No.
Inshallah.
And Suleiman.
Inshallah, no problem.
Ask a lot of help with my memory, because my memory will scratch up.
Inshallah. May Allah make it easy for all of us. Allahumma ameen. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت وأستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Message me personally, yeah? Any brothers, just message me personally with regard to the idea. Any duas all you need, no problem.
Yes, please, inshallah. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.